North, broadcasting live from the north, from the 715, from the north.
What's up? I'm going to show you some basic vocal editing. So we're going to be looking at a rap hip-hop track today, but, you know, this kind of applies across the board, whether it's rap, hip-hop, R&B, you know, pop, country, rock, or even voiceovers for that matter. So this is kind of the beginning stage. I would say, you know, what I do, just a quick little breakdown, is like what I have here. The first one is the main going right down the middle. These ones are the stacks. So going left and right, you know, we got hard left and right, and then we got some, you know, halfway down the middle here. And then these four, and then this one are all going to the hook sub. And these purple ones are all the same. They're all duplicates of this one. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, all five of those are going to the hook sub, where, you know, I do a little more processing together. So this is just like the basic vocal cleanup, de-essing, compressing. You know, the first compressor of about 6,000 that get put on it throughout. No, I'm just kidding. But I just do a little compression at every stage, and, you know, just some tips I've picked up from other YouTubes is, you know, a little bit, if everything you do makes it a little better, by the time it's all said and done, you know, I don't do many drastic moves in the mix. Now, don't be afraid to. If that's what it calls for, or that's the direction you're going, then do what you gotta do. But my philosophy as a whole is, you know, a bunch of little tweaks end up, you know, doing a little bit of good. Then at the end, you know, the end result is a lot of bit of good. Alright, so without further ado here, so on every track, what I'm kind of trying to do here is show different plugins, how to do it with different plugins. So whether all you have is the stock ProTools stuff, or the Slate, you know, VMR, we can do it all in here. FabFilter, UAD, these ones are waves, so I'm going to show you 3 ways to do it in waves. And then a couple plugin alliance. I don't have any DeEssers or compressors. All I have is a couple EQs. Ooh, I actually named that one wrong. I'm trying to set it up all fancy for you guys. This is another waves one. So we got about 4 waves, and then this is plugin alliance, but all I have is like EQs and the black box, which is awesome, but that's not what we're doing today. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the stock plugins, just show you how to do it. I'm mainly, this is for whether you're doing it in a stock EQ, where you can see, you know, the gain and the Q and, you know, all of that jazz, but you can't see the frequencies, right? Or, you know, when you're looking at the fab, jeez, we don't play to lose. It's gonna show you the waveforms here, or like where you're at. We don't play to lose. It's gonna show you, you know, the whole spectrum where it's at. So I mean, you know, it's better to EQ with your eyes and not your ears, but I do think it helps to see it. You know, you don't want to just, oh, there's a peak here, pull it down, a peak here, pull it down. But, you know, if you're hearing some resonance, you can kind of look at it and guesstimate where it's at, or if you know what sounds like, you know, boxiness or nasaliness or sibilance, then, you know, having this representation, it can kind of speed up the process. But don't mix with your eyes, please, and thank you. So I'm just going to go through about 9 ways to skin a cat here. So first, with the stock plugins, we got the EQ 3 7-band, the stock DeEsser, stock compressor. So I'll let you hear the track quick. I'm going to let you hear it with the stacks here, with the background vocals. There's also a whole nother set of them where I'm doing like some different pitches and stuff, but It's not what we're doing today. So here's just with the mains.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
And then that repeats 4 times. The game's called Game of Thrones, produced by Almari and Hussein 808 Mafia. Check it out. It's on the channel. Just go to my videos and go to music instead of mixing tips. So, we're not gonna, mess with the panned ones here. So, just mute all them. All we're gonna deal with is the main that's going down the middle, one by one. So, first, I already have, this is my own preset, and some of them, later on I don't have the presets like this, so you'll be able to see me do it from scratch. But basically, I have my first band, I made a preset like this, and the first band I have engaged. But what I did is, we're going to be doing sweeps and looking for resonance, right? So I have all of them with the Q really tight, so we're just looking at really narrow, like looking for resonance, ringing, nasaliness, stuff we're trying to get out of there. And then the DeEsser, this isn't one I usually use, so we'll just, maybe look at a couple of the stock presets and then go from there. Same with Compressor. Then we're going to move on to Slate, where we can do it all in VMR. Then we got FabFilter, some UAD ones. I'm going to do it with their, precision channel strip. And then we're going to do it with a couple other plugins. This is the first bit of waves. I really like the Renaissance stuff, especially on vocals. This RVox is like a go-to for me. I used to use this EQ a lot, but the FabFilter has replaced it in my heart. Same with the DeEsser. I use the FabFilter one now, but this was my vocal chain in the beginning, on the individual tracks. Like I said, then once once I take it to the bus, then I process them with, all 5 of these stacks going in, and we're going to do a little bit more EQ, like additive EQ. Right now we're looking at subtractive EQ, de-essing, compressing. Then once we get it here, then that's where we get to the bells and whistles and making it all beautiful. Alright, so first we're going to just take a look at the EQ. Like I said, this is Vox Start. This is a preset I made. So going from the factory default, you'll be able to see me do this in the Waves one in a little bit here to make it. All I did is tighten up. So I, raised them to 810 dB, tightened up all the Qs. Boom. Tighten up the Q. So I basically did that and then put a low pass on it somewhere. Geez, it's been a while since I used this one. Alright, I lied. So this one I leave a bell also. And here we go. It's been a while since I've used this one. Q stained, it's been a while. Alright, so that's basically my preset. Let's go to it. So the first one here, we're going to be looking for some, in the low end of it, we're going to be looking for some of the low rumble we're going to take out of it. I mean, high pass, people high pass at different frequencies. I got it set at 92. Some people go all the way up to like 120. Some people go to 80. Depends on the vocalist, depends on the song, depends what you want to do, depends what your favorite number is. Just kidding. So we'll leave it at about 100.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So, I mean, I usually find it somewhere between like 140 and 180. Sometimes it's closer to the 170, 180 side of things. This one here, I've heard a lot of the nasaliness there. So then we bring the gain down. And this one I'll leave a little wider. I mean, you could even make this one a shelf and then just adjust the Q accordingly so you're not giving yourself a little bump right there. Right here. So this one you can even make a shelf if you want to make it a bell, So we'll make it a shelf. All right, next, we'll be looking for frequency in the low mids. That's going to be probably something between like 250 and 500. And, just because we have 7 bands doesn't mean we need to use them. But I'm just going to, go through and kind of show you here where it's at. I mean, typically, this is my vocal that I'm editing, so I know it pretty well. So I'm going to try to, breeze through it, as we're going to be doing it about 7 times. And I kind of know what I'm looking for. I've already mixed this song. I've mixed my vocals 1.5 million times. So, I usually find something right around 300. When I made the preset, this is, something between 6 and 8. Then right around 1K, I usually got something like 1K or 1100, 1200. And then, some of these, the octave of the annoying frequency here, that doesn't mean, if we're at 1100 here, it might be 2200 here, because the next octave up of that is probably also going to be a frequency we don't want. But that doesn't mean it's like 275, 550, 11, 2200. But it might be. All right, here we go. So let's check the low mids out here, see what we got.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
All right.
We play to win.
Around 270.
It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
Like right there. All right, so take that down a little bit. Again, nothing crazy. I mean, if you're getting like a crazy ring and a snare and you want to just chop it out, then get in where you fit in. But, we're talking usually like somewhere between like 1.5 and 2.5 decibels. All right, next we got the mids. We'll check her out.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. All
right, so if you hear that Coke bottle nasaliness, and widen the Q out, I mean, another rule that I kind of follow is when you're subtracting, you kind of have a tight Q. When you're boosting, you do wider boosts. And again, rule number 1, there are no rules. But typically, if you're getting rid of annoying frequencies, you don't want to dip out a huge portion of it, right? You want to go in, get what's annoying, get it out of there. When you're boosting, you kind of find a sweet spot, and you can adjust the Q accordingly. So now, we'll get into the high mids and high frequencies. So, somewhere around 1,000.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
I mean, right about at 1,000 there. I was hearing some stuff I did not like. I'll take that down.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
All right. And, usually I kind of find with these last couple frequencies, I am pretty close to double. But as you can see here, 270, we're not, at 540 here. It's a little higher up. And, we're not at 1226 here, So, but I feel like that's pretty good. We got, some of those frequencies out. So now we'll do a little AB.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
All right. Now we'll check the DeEsser out. Now here I don't have a preset of my own made. So, you know, we got male, high frequency, and note.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
It would help to turn it on. Always unbypass your plugins before you listen to them. It will happen in your engineering life that you are messing with the plugin for a couple minutes and then look and it's bypassed. So that was today's lesson. So when we click this listen here, that's showing what we're going to remove.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
Now this one here, you know, high frequency only, then it's only going to duck out above whatever our selected frequency is. Now I'm going to show you one later from Waves that kind of gives us a little notch. I prefer that one, but you know, we're doing it with stock plugins here.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So, I mean, another thing you can do is find,
Let the games begin.
you know, where,
It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
so we got thrones and games.
Thrones. Let the games be 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 thrones.
And I tend to find too, some of these DeEssers, I mean, you know, I would imagine they're accurately representing what they're taking out. But I kind of find even on the same vocal, if I use two different ones or try two different ones, you don't always end up at the same frequency. So, I mean, you know, like kind of with the notch one, you might be in a different place than that. But then you can kind of decide
Let the games be thrones.
how much you want to take out. You know, again, I don't do anything too crazy. If you have a super sibilant vocalist, then obviously, you know, you take more out than you do a less sibilant vocalist. But here we go, and then we're going to take listen off, so this is going to be the track again minus what we're hearing and listen.
Thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be
Alright, so then I'll bypass it and unbypass it.
thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be thrones. Let the games be
So you can just tell, you know, it kind of takes a little bit of it out. Alright, and so we don't go mad, we'll take off that little loop.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So this is factory default. We'll check out a couple of these vocal ones and, you know, see if they're a nice starting point.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
Now this is a little more than I like to take out. I'm already recording through a compressor. So, you know, if somebody, the first compressor in the chain, if somebody hasn't recorded with the compressor, then, you know, maybe smack it a little harder. But, so, you know, we got the ratio, again, if it's been recorded uncompressed, then maybe you can push it a little more. You know, I like to get somewhere between 3 and 4, so let's do 3.5. The knee is just how hard it, well, maybe that's not the word, how noticeable the compression is, kind of. We got attack and release, so how quick it's going to start compressing, and then how long the compression stays in. So, you know, some of these ones that have, I'll give you a little better demo on that, on one of them that has like a gain reduction meter.
We don't play to lose. We play to
I mean, this shows your gain reduction, but you'll see like one that has like a needle and like a VU meter basically.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games.
So I mean, you can tell here it's pretty fast. So,
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
And you can hear it when, you know, when I have a super slow attack, those transients are still cutting
We
through.
don't play to lose.
you have a super fast one,
We don't play to lose.
it cuts off all those transients. So the trick here is, you want to knock off when them transients come through. You want the compressor to kick in, but you don't want to remove the transients because that helps them cut through. So it's a fine line. And, the more you mess with stuff, and depending on the song too, if it's a singer, then you're not going to have those transients where you're going to need to cut through the mix. But if you're messing with a rapper who has a super fast cadence or on an up-tempo song, you don't want to just knock all them transients off, because that's going to really take away from, the power of the song.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
And then, another kind of rule of thumb here. So I'm going to mute all these. So
we don't play to lose.
You can kind of see these on the meters. They should all be at the same spot when I have all the plugins muted, right? So after your compressor, you want, for gain staging, you want you're doing gain reduction. So you are reducing the gain, aka making it quieter. So then you have your makeup gain.
We don't play to lose.
So this is, with it bypassed.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So right about where the other ones are at. Right now, when we kick in the compression without any gain reduction, it's going to be lower because we are reducing the gain.
We don't play to lose.
So your makeup gain, you then try to rematch it.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
Beautiful. All right, so now let's mute all the plugins and see what we've done.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the...
You know what I should do here? Let's have one just dry so we can go back and forth between those, so I don't need to keep doing that. All right, here we go.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
Because another big part of this gain staging business is, with a lot of plugins, you don't want the levels as hot as you do in the analog world. We're not saturating it to tape and whatnot, and a lot of these plugins are designed to sound the best at a little lower level. So, you don't want them screaming up here in the yellow, and you certainly don't want them touching the red. So, certain plugins where that's what you're doing and you want to use the drive knob and whatever, then go for it. But in the digital world here, play by the rules. All right? So, another thing I just kind of demonstrated here is let's crank the gain up and we'll see which one, or even better. So we'll go back to 5 decibels, which I feel like that's about where it was. Remind me never. All right, so here we go, about even.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So, I would say the one that we edited sounds better, like it's supposed to. But if the volume on this one is a little higher than that one, sometimes people who sell instrumentals will keep cranking up the volume until you decide to buy them. Louder sounds better to humans and their simple minds. So you want to do the gain staging. So say you put on, a compressor, with anything, you're doing some processing, and it's also making it louder. Louder's already going to sound better. When you go back and say, oh, am I actually making this better? Well, make sure the volume is the same, because otherwise you're going to believe it's better when it might not be. So, thank me later.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So now, you know, some might think that the one on the left sounds better because it's louder. But moving on, we got a lot of plugins to do here. So that's how you do it with the stock ones. You know, we got the compressor here, got a de-est, we got our surgical vocals. So now in the VMR, I'm going to do a review of just this plugin later, but this stuff is awesome. There's no DeEsser in here, so I won't be able to show you that. So, you know, in that case, what I would do is move that down, insert DeEsser, and then we'll just do EQ and compression here. So another kind of cool thing here. So now we're gonna, you know, we'll set both these compressors, and then we'll go through and see which one sounds better.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose, we play to win.
So this one here is called a fixed threshold. There's no threshold knob like there is in this one. So we can't move. This is the threshold there. So we're at 19.6, just so I can kind of reset it. So this moves the threshold when you're... This kind of gives a pretty sweet visual of what's happening. So the little moving dot is my audio. So when I was in school, the teacher explained it as a little green alien arm reaching out and touching the vocals as they come in, and moving the threshold was moving his arm up and down. I wish he would have just showed me this so I didn't spend the first semester confused what a compressor was. So the little moving dot is going to be my audio coming in. As I bring the threshold, so the audio is coming in. As I bring the threshold in, that's going to be where it at this line is where it starts to compress it. So, you know, at your ratio, for every 3.5 decibels that make it past the threshold, it's only going to give us 1. So it's going to, you know, that's your ratio there, 4 to 1. For every 4 decibels that go past, it's only going to let you hear 1 now. So I'll just kind of move it back and you'll see.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So as I'm moving it further and further back, we're getting more gain reduction, right? So we had it at like 19.5.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose,
so as
we
you
play
bring
to
it back,
win.
you're getting more
it's
and more
the
compression.
Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So we'll put it back where it was there. So this one here is a fixed threshold. So you drive the input until you hit the threshold and you see gain reduction, and then you make it up in output. So these attack and release, you know, I already have my 1 Vox silver, 1 Vox black presets for vocals. So fast release, okay. The mix, sometimes I turn it a little bit down, you know, we'll keep it at 100 for now. This one's kind of cool. It has 2 different, you know, circuit paths, so you can audition those back and forth. Your ratios, you don't have infinite amounts of ratios like you do with the other one, but basic vocals, we're looking at 4. So here we go.
We don't play to lose, we play to win.
So again,
we don't play to lose, we play to win. We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So that's, you know, a super slow attack. So it's letting more transients through. That's super fast. So, you know, we're going to go with medium attack, fast release.
We don't play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin.
And again, being mindful of our output volume here. Like I said, I already have a preset that gets me, you know, in the ballpark of it, but, you know, just be mindful.
We don't play to lose, we play to win.
So now let's set the black
we
one
don't
up.
Play to lose, we play to win. It's the Game of Thrones, let the games begin. We don't play to lose, we play to win.
So here, not going from our preset, right? Just default. So we're gonna go from the slow attack to a little bit of a more medium one to keep them transients true.
We don't play to lose, We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the game.
And, you know, as you're doing it too, like if you really want to smack it and then bring the mix off, the mix knob back, like wet dry here, I mean, this is like parallel compression basically, like drums. You know, if you just drive it, and you're just pinning the needle, then you can bring the mix back. So you don't have to set up an AUX and all that business. But we're going to keep it simple.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
All right, so the silver one's a little bit brighter. So, I mean, depending on what your preference is there. I mean, I kind of like how the silver one sounds a little bit better there. So, we got a couple options for EQ. What I, you know, typically do is, you know, in here, you can certainly use the Ssl as to enhance it and do your additive EQ, but I kind of like to do, if you're going to do your subtractive EQ in here, you can use the precision EQ also. And it's all the same deal here. So, I mean, maybe for the sake of time, I won't go through and, you know, I'm just going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to make you listen for all the frequencies again. But, like how we did it in this one. Oop. That one there. I'll show you one that's already done. Right? So how we set that one up. Now these ones you can't adjust the Q, so we're just going to look at the Ssl. So what I did, you know, in, as you remember, with my little preset there, is we made the Q skinny and we boosted the volume, right? Man, I'm messing up here. Okay, so bam, bam, bam. I was trying to make this easy, but I'm just making it harder on myself. Alright, so that's what we did for our little presets. We can go through and do our sweeps, right? But you don't want all these ones playing while you're doing it, or you will be hearing a lot of resonances and it will be hard to detect what you're actually looking for. But same thing here. That's the skinny Q, skinny Q. Then, you know, you're going to boost it and you're going to do your frequency sweep. So this kind of tells you, you know, 0.6, that's 600 because this is kilohertz, so 1000 hertz. 0.6, 600, and, you know, it's kind of cool when you grab the dial, it'll actually show you. So, you know, we're going to go through them here. I just want to make sure that one was the one soloed. So, you know, the one that we did, we found some resonances at 613. Alright, so for the sake of ease here, we'll go through and give it a listen.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
So you can hear the Q getting narrower.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the...
So same there. I mean, they're, like I said, with the DeEssers, you know, even though you found the frequency in one, it might not be the same in the other. So it's good to do the sweeps. But basically, you know, narrow Q, do sweep for your frequencies with it boosted rather high so you can detect them. Then once you find it, you're going to fatten the Q up like we did here and bring it down, which is there. So with the shelves, you know, we only, I mean, this is, you know, more for boosting here. I guess if it's like super sibilant or whatever, you could, you know, take it down there. But or you can change it to a bell there, but you can't adjust the Q. So you could, you know, find your other frequency with the bell, do your sweep, bring it down, make the bell narrow, boost it, sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh, you found your frequency you didn't like, take it down a couple decibels, fatten the Q up a little bit. And you don't have to go all the way wide. I mean, remember, you know, we still kind of want to keep it semi-narrow. When we do our boosts, we're going to keep it a lot wider. The same here, you know, these are both shelves unless you engage the bell. So now when I show you the SSL ones, or I'm sorry, when I show you the waves ones, I'm not going to use an Ssl EQ. I just showed you how to do it on there. So we're going to look at different SSL ones. But if it comes to, you know, if you don't have the Slate stuff, but you have the SSL waves or any other waves rendition for that matter, you know, and then this is just your low pass. So again, you know, that's the grayed out area there. For here, that's the same as this. So just to give you a little visual side by side. And then, you know, the same with the 1176s. If you don't have Slate, you can use the Waves SSL and the you know, Waves SSL and the Waves 1176, or the UAD SSL and UAD 1176. So I'm not going to go through and show you how to do all those, you know, and be repetitive. We're going to look at different types of plugins here. So moving on, then we'll do our AB here.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't.
Oh, except we didn't really do the EQ there, so that AB means nothing to us. I guess we'll go through and do it, huh? So we'll use our cheat sheet, which I just told you not to do, but do as I say, not as I do. So, you know, we got our high pass at about 100. This one, we do have a shelf for the first one, the red frequency here, about 175. Take it down a couple decibels. We got 270. Taking down mild Q there, and 613. The old lady's running a bath, if you're wondering what that terrible noise was. Alright, 613, down a couple decibels, medium Q. And we'll put another bell at, we can't go down to 1,000, so we'll do it at about $2,000 here. 2.2. Alright, so now we'll do our AB. So I'm gonna go Slate, stock, unprocessed.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So just so you can kind of see, and again, you know, I'm trying to keep all the volumes the same, so then you can be, you know, you can stay true and not be being tricked by the volumes, because louder is going to sound better. So it's all relative, my friends. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here. I'm gonna have to do a VMR review, because I just love this stuff. You know, this one, you know, you can do the same. You can't adjust the Q size here, just volume and frequency. So this one, the Noize sounds just like wonderful when boosting, and you barely have to touch the knobs. But I'll save that for the VMR stuff. We got some sweet tube stuff, revival. Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, the excitement is rising, folks. All right, next, we'll do the FabFilter. All right, so this one is gonna be pretty similar to the EQ, or the 7-band EQ3 here, except you're going to be able to see the frequencies.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
And again, I already made a preset that I have Vox start once again, where, you know, I have the gain up about 10, super narrow Q, and at my typical frequencies here, you know, right around 300, right around 7, right around 1000, 1100, 2300. And this one I already do have a shelf. And again, these ones, you know, the red button means that they're bypassed. So if I'm, you know, listening for this cue here, I'm not hearing these frequencies boosted 10 decibels. That would be, you know, keep us not very objective. So again, you know, we'll listen to it, do a sweep.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
Found some resonance at 225 there. All right, so then we take it down, widen the Q a bit. And again, just so you know, you just move on down the line.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
All right, so I was getting some between like 575 and 625, so we'll just go, you know, split the difference and then make the Q a little wider there. So like in that case, if you have, you know, two frequencies on either side of this that are messing with you, then you can just make a little wider Q. These ones will just, you know, for the sake of time, we'll cheat sheet them. We had 1050 and 2200. All right, take that down. So there we go, folks.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So there you can already see, you know, a place where we took some out. You can see that peak there. But that doesn't mean at every peak you're going to find resonance. Now, you know, in this one...
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So, you know, right a little over 1,000, that's where we ended up taking some out. And this one's kind of cool too. If you hover over it, you know, I would be suspect of these high frequencies here, you know, and just because it's a low doesn't mean you want to boost there, but it's stuff you can check out. It just gives you, you know, another avenue here. This DeEsser, it replaced the Renaissance one for me. Here we go.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
Now, to me, this is like way too high up there for, you know, where you want to cut out. So this is high and low. I mean, you know, you can... So what we're looking for is those S's. So I had to go down a little further to find them. You know, you can even take it down.
We don't play to lose.
And this is, you know, the range here is how many decibels you're going to let it get reduced when it gets triggered. So that's, you know, here, range, frequency. It's all the same, just looks a little different. So, and the look ahead feature is pretty sweet, you know. So that you can kind of see a visual representation when it's kicking in. There's a loose. Game of Thrones right there. So, you know, then it's showing you your reduction over here, so you can kind of just see. That's really just taking them out.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
Like, you can barely hear him there. I just am doing that to exaggerate.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So you still want to hear the S's. It's just, you don't want them to, you know, be distracting or annoying. So here, compressor, this one kind of looks like the old, stock one as well.
We don't play to lose.
So again, you know, I got my little preset here.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So about
we don't play to lose.
3.5. You know, faster attack. You know, that's medium, but somewhere in there. And release, you know, I usually keep a pretty fast release.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So again, you know, this gives a pretty cool representation. You know, as we're bringing down the threshold, you know, you can see that's the vertical dotted line here. Then it shows you whenever the compressor comes in, and that, you know, it's a cool visualization, but, you know, mixed with your ears, but it's kind of cool to see what the compressor's doing.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So, I mean, being able to see that, it will just help you understand compression a lot more.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
And if you just want to look at the meters, then there you go. All right, so we'll do the little AB.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So this one's a little quieter. Because this FabFilter stuff is awesome. I was wondering why it didn't sound as amazing as I'm used to. So I'm going to take the auto gain. Where is it? Display. I'm going to take the auto gain off, and I'm just going to do it by hand so we can match it.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So
we don't play to lose.
So stock, Slate, FabFilter.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
All right. Now the UAD stuff, a couple different ways to do it. I mean, you know, these ones here, I don't want to make this video too long so people trail off, and, you know, I just wanted to show you there's more than one way to skin a cat here. So if you leave it all the way down here, that's shelf, shelf, shelf. Oh, I lied, not shelf. Shelf. Low pass. So, you know, turning it this way or that way will change it. Now this is just the Q here, so, you know, you're going wide to narrow. So same thing here, you know, we narrow up the Q, you do a frequency boost the gain, do a frequency sweep, you know, find our magic number here, whatever it might be, like the, you know, around 225, we were hearing some 275, hear that, bring it down, bring down the Q. Same here. So we, you know, we'd boost it if you're doing it how I set up the other one, you know, I turned them all off and boosted them like up to 10. So you're not hearing them all because they're inactive. Then as you bring them in, tighten up all the Qs. Then as you bring them in, you do your sweeps. And like, oh, we found one. Bring it down. Widen out the Q. Bring it in. Do your sweep. Bring it down. Widen up the Q. Alright, so that's, you know, this one, whole one was in bypass, and then you got your compressor. Attack, release, you know, on kind of a fast release. 2.5 seconds, that's pretty slow. So, I mean, you don't need to keep it on the fastest release, but pretty fast. Medium attack. Here we go. You know, there's our magic number there, 3.5 or 365. And then threshold, we'll just do this. You know, I'm not going to go through and do the EQ for you, but we'll just look at this compressor then.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So, you know, getting between like 3 and 5 there.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
Alright, so then, you know, once you go through and set your EQ, then you can do this. This one also lets you do, so when it's unhighlighted, then your EQ comes first. If you click this, then it goes through your dynamic section, it compresses it, and then EQs it. When I'm doing subtractive EQ, I mean, usually what I do is subtractive EQ, because why would I send it to a compressor if I don't want those frequencies? So subtractive EQ, DeEsser, take the S's out, then compress it. Then if you're going to do an additive EQ or something, you know, to give you the shimmer and shine, then put that afterwards, after the compressor. So take out the stuff you don't want, then compress, then put that in. So I would, you know, I would EQ and then hit the compressor. Right now they're going in the order you see it. If you turn this, it just, you know, flips them around. Alright. So here, you know, another EQ. So peak, dip, peak, which means plus, minus, plus. So this is your frequency. You know, these ones you can't go in 675. There is no 675. So you boost it.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So, you know, this one we can't subtract it. So this is, you know, I wouldn't necessarily use this as a subtractive EQ. This one would be more the one that comes after it. But, you know, there is no FabFilter pull tech. So I just kind of wanted to show you, you know, different EQs, what they're doing here. So this one, you know, I kind of like the 3 and the 500. So, you know, you boost them up.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
That gives it some of the, you know, some of the power down low. So then take it down. Now this one you would find an annoying frequency you're trying to take out.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So that one, you know, not too crazy about the 2K there.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
Kind of
we
like
don't
the 3K there. And then these, the bottom part of it, you know, this is kind of unique to this EQ. You can boost and attenuate, or, you know, lower it. So if you want to just drive it, but really, you know, you want to drive the sound of the EQ, but say you only want to boost it 2. Well, if you drive it to 6 and then take 4 off of it, you know, you're just getting the saturation of the EQ by pushing it up that much, you know, or for that matter, take it to 8, take out 6. All you're really adding is 2. So just kind of a unique feature I wanted to show you there. Here, you know, a UAD 76, which is the same, you know, well, they're modeled after the same, I should say. It's just set up a little different. You know, this one looks like the traditional hardware there. Input, output. So again, fixed threshold, we drive it till we see the needle where we want it, then makeup gain, attack, release, fast attack, fast release, medium attack, and then you have your ratios. So it's the same thing, you know, set up as this, it's just different. So there's your ratios, input, output, you know, drive it till you hit the threshold, your makeup gain, your attack, release. You know, this one has two different circuits, so kind of sweet. LA2A is a little different here. You know, this one we would drive the peak reduction and then makeup gain. So there's no, so this one is a variable threshold. So instead of, so this is, I just kind of wanted to do this for you here. Okay, so we'll play this track. We got it. I'm gonna mute the EQ because we were just doing nonsense there. All right.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
All right. So this one, fixed threshold, right? We got our ratio. We got our attack set where we want it. Release fast.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
So just
let the games begin.
You can see the difference. It's coming in pretty
We
well.
don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
And again, our level about the same.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
All right. So that one, we drove it until we seen the needle moving, and then we did makeup gain because of the gain reduction. This one, the threshold is variable.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
So what we're moving now is we're not driving the input, we're moving the threshold.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
And then the gain, we just want to, you know, put it where it was
We don't
before
play to
processing.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones.
All right. So then
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
And these are two, you know, kind of two compressors you can use to do the same thing, but, you know, at the heart of what they do, they're very different. A lot of people use them in tandem just like this. This one, they'll set it a little faster attack and barely have the needle move, but then, you know, or a very fast attack and just smack off all the large peaks. So they'll only have the needle bump it to like 1, but it's a fast attack. So anything that comes through, I mean, you even, you know, set the ratio higher. So you're just smacking off all the peaks. This one's a little bit smoother of a compressor. So a lot of people use this chain, 1176, and then an LA2A. And by a lot of people, I mean me in my chain here for you to listen to. I have the 1176 and then I have the LA2A, both of them in tandem. Also 33609. We got lots of compression here. Little bit equals a lot of bit. All right. No, just kidding. Not just me though. A lot of people, you know, kind of like this chain. All right. So again, you know, we got the Renaissance stuff. This stuff I used for ages, and by ages I mean at least 2 or 3 years. So this one's kind of like the stock EQ. You know, again, I set my preset up with, you know, the narrow Qs boosted to 10, but then take them off so you're not hearing them all. You do your sweep, you bring it down, widen it out a little bit. Do your sweep, bring it down, widen it out. So, you know, I'm not going to take you through and do that one because it's, you know, basically the same process as that one. I just, you know, this Renaissance stuff is awesome. So this DeEsser, I will show you.
We don't play the loop.
So this is the wideband mode, right? So the other one had the wideband or all frequencies or only highs, which you can do like that too. So it's only going to do the high frequencies, which is exactly what this one's doing. But this one has another feature where it only does the range which you select here, right? Which is kind of also similar to the FabFilter one. You can select your range. Okay? So I just wanted to show you, different ways to do the same thing. So you can kind of go around, and this one, we'd go to sidechain or the, the listen. It's the same.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
So right there is where I'm hearing it. Now,
We don't play to lose.
the range I would take down a little.
It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play.
All right. So now, the compressor is still, I throw these on a lot of my channels here, as you can see.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
So this is your threshold, bringing it down, how much
We
gain
don't play
reduction
to
you want.
lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin.
And that's your
We
makeup
don't play
gain.
to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
And this one, I don't know, it just sounds really, really warm, if you want the abstract audio engineer terms. It's really warm. It's really purple.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play.
I don't know, that compressor is just magic to me. There's also one called the R-Comp that, is similar to the RVox. Another reason I use it is like during tracking when I'm, gonna play back for them, I just slap the RVox on it because it makes it sound good. It gives it a little more compression, smooths it out a little bit. It's the poor man's LA2A. Just kidding, but maybe you can quote me on that. Yes. So, the R-Comp looks similar because it's blue, but you have some options. Manual or arc, which is their, patented something. Electro or opto. Warm or smooth. Maybe it says wham. Anyways, threshold, ratio, gain. So, same stuff here.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
So, same deal there. I was gonna kind of show you here a couple of more DeEssers and compressors and EQs, but I don't want this to run forever. So, there you have your volume, and this is your low shelf. These are Qs, plus or minus, and those are frequencies, predetermined frequencies there. I don't want the video to go forever. So again, you turn them on. If you want to make your preset similar to mine there, then make the Q tight, and then you could go through, and make your preset doing all those, and then just mute them, and then you come in and do them, or bypass them, I should say, not mute. And then, you'd come in and do your sweeps, widen out the Q a little bit, bring it down. Bring this one in, do your sweep, bring it down, widen out the Q. So, just more stuff. This is, one more DeEsser. This one's kind of different than all of them, so I'll just show you. This is the same, whether you want it to be that, the everything higher than this frequency, or just this is the middle of this frequency. So, you know, like this. Do you want it to be everything above, or do you want that to be the middle frequency? You know, same stuff.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So there's your listen feature there.
We don't play.
All right. And this one, there's a lot of these, you know, in the waves bundles of, I thought they're all kind of listed in there, but we'll just go to waves then. So we got the Chris Lord Alge ones. No, Chris Lord Alge. We got Eddie Kramer, Jack Joseph Pure, Manny Marroquin. Sorry if I'm butchering their name. My last name's Hovershome, so every substitute teacher tormented me. You know, a lot of these different, and they're cool. You know, some people like them because they're the all-in-one wham bam, thank you ma'am. You know, like JJP vocals. So, you know, we have the magic. Some people just don't like them because they, you know, I mean, attack, that's a real thing. You know, presence is some undetermined EQ frequency. Attitude, okay, you know, what might that be? If that might be a frequency that he thinks gives punch to it, or, you know, it could be the more with the attack and the release space. You know, we're probably talking reverb here. Magic, who knows what wizardry this is. But DeEsser comp, you know, some of these all-in-one things are kind of sweet. Like there's one for acoustic guitar that I really like, but, you know, some people hate them because they would rather see what they're doing. It's, you know, to each their own. If you find them useful, then use them. So here's another vocal one. You know, delay verb, that's at least telling us real things. The mix knobs, so wet, dry, and this is how much of them. Sensitivity, so the little light will come on. You know, here we got a couple different EQ bands, compression, output, input, output for the meter. So, you know, if you like those all-in-ones, cool. If not, don't use them and use other things. I was messing around with this one to show a buddy, and I was going to be making fun of it, and then it sounded awesome. So there we go, proving myself wrong. But, you know, this switches your meter. So, you know, you go the DeEsser, put it on that so you can meter your de-essing, and, you know, tune that in. And then, you know, go to gain reduction as you do your compression. Shall we? We shall.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games.
All right, DeEsser. I'm doing the 3-second mix.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
So the saturation I didn't really find useful on the vocals, but, you know, if you do, cool. It just gave a lot of distortion.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
But if you're looking for a distortion plugin, this might be the one for you.
We don't play to lose. We play to win.
So then, you know, 2 or 3 indeterminate EQs. We got some lows or low mids, presence, so some mid-range stuff, air, probably a high shelf.
We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. Let the games begin. We don't play to lose. We play to win. It's the Game of Thrones. let the games begin. We don't play to lose.
I don't know. I just thought it sounded pretty good, or better than other ones that I've tried. Again, here's another EQ. These times 10 buttons were on some boards, so that's 20 or 200. So you do need to be a mathematician to figure these out. Rickyism. All right, 50 or 500, 100 or 1,000. All right, that's your gain there, whether you want to take it out or take it. So, so you do your narrow Q, boost it, do your frequency sweep or your times 10 frequency sweep. This is, input output. So if you want to boost them all and prepare for your sweeps, and then as you go through them, sweep, 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 bring it down, widen her out, bring it in, sweep, sweep, sweep. That's my impression of doing a frequency sweep. All right. So, folks, I think this concludes our session today. I hope I didn't bore the shit out of you. All right. So, there we go. Oh, Mag EQ. This thing's sweet. All right. So, just showing you how, 12 ways to skin a cat here. Probably do my VMR review next, because I've been, patiently waiting to do that because I love it. All right. Well, till next time, like, comment, subscribe, do YouTube things, check out my new song, Game of Thrones. It's about the game.